I'm trying to reach this goal. My goal is to be free. What is freedom? Financially free, physically free, free from the injustices and the legalities of this judicial system, free from this government and them pushing this poison upon us, right? It's just free. And we're getting to the point in time to where if you don't take this COVID vaccine, see, in the beginning, this COVID vaccine is serious, bro. Hold on, let me.
Peace, family. So, look, check it out. I thought that it was going to be a little bit further out, but clearly it's not. This morning, the first knock at my door came in my pajamas with these people trying to push the COVID-19 vaccine. So real quick, I want to tell you my experience so that you can be prepared for it, but also tell you some of the things that I observed and found out. Number one, they come to the door very humbly. And the reason for that is they have not sent in the quote-unquote strike forces that you heard the White House press secretary and Joseph Biden talk about. The first phase of this door-to-door campaign is the local community organizations. So when they came to the door, first of all, I recognized the group because they do a lot of good for the community. They feed, they got the food pantries, they got some programs and all of that good stuff. So I was like, okay, dang, I could see that. I could see it already. But then the second phase was after we had our conversation. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but they just want to know some basic details. They want to plug you into information. The guy was very respectable because, of course, he's a community worker, right? And he knows how to talk to the people, but he just wants to collect data. While he and I were talking, there's another person on the side, a young lady that has a clipboard. She's the one recording all of the information and data that's going to be reported back to the federal government, okay? Now, check out some of this. You would be like, man, you a conspiracy theorist, brother Daniel, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, guy. They have excellent programs. Look, they're giving out, I took the information, of course, because I got to keep my people informed, but they took a flyer out for food pantries. Those of you who have been struggling with COVID and employment, and we're going to give you free food. Good organization. They give you, look at this, free Uber rides. If you just take the vaccine, we'll get you to the destination, we'll let you get your shot, and we'll take you back home. It's on us. Don't worry about it, buddy. All right? Free Uber rides. They got a bunch of clinics and locations throughout the community where you can get the shot. Whole list of it. I get it. Inform the people of where they can fall for the okie doke. But then look at this. They got July workshops. They talk about affordable housing. So when you get all of these brochures about all of these decent programs that are taking place in the community, it almost makes you feel like, hey, what's the harm? Come on, this is just a regular good organization. They're just pushing what's good for the community. But this is the Trojan horse. They are using a good organization's name to shield their dirty religion and their dirty practices to try to convince us to take the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, look at this one. This is one of the ones that stood out to me. This is a City of Chicago identification card, and they say that it's tied into your transit, to your pharmacy and drugs, to all of these things. But we know that this will be what is used to start identifying who's vaccinated and who's unvaccinated. And if you don't have the card that can be scanned and get approved, then you're going to be banned from coming in this place. Banned from, hey, listen, we don't care. All right, so this phase one is the softball approach, using local community organizations to push the agenda. Phase number two is after that lady from the sideline puts in her data about how I was firm in my hell no, right? She's going to go back and report that. It's going to be put in, and they're going to logistically lay out the communities where the most resistance to the vaccine is coming from. And then they're going to come back with phase two, which is going to be threats. Hey, listen, do you have a link card? Do you take WIC, buddy? Do you have Section 8 housing? Well, the federal government is saying that you must take the vaccine. So if you don't want to lose those benefits that we give you, you're going to need to go ahead and get punctured in the arm. That's the threat phase. And then we know that the final phase is eventually they're going to try to force the vaccination on us. So I just want to give y'all that detail. I thought that this was going to be like something down the line a couple of months from now. These mugs knocked on my door this morning.
They implied this. We seen the National Guard come out last year, right? They had the military personnel walking the streets. If you practice good hygiene, that alone can save you from getting any type of viruses or anything. Wash your hands. That's common. That's nothing new or profound. Wash your hands. Personal space. What happened to personal space? Hey, 6 feet. Get back. Yeah, I need an arm's distance. That's common sense. That's common sense, right? We were taught these things as a kid. This ain't nothing new. They've created a pandemic, a state of hysteria, right? They created a panic in the world. How did they do this? With social media, with the news. This is the way of propaganda. This is how they push us and push things upon us, right?